Good morning, St. Francis. Today is Wednesday, February the 24th, 2021, Wednesday of the first week of Lent. It is the fourth day of Lent. Coming to you with a little bit different perspective. The cloud cover in Carolina today was so interesting when I turned on the video, so I decided to do it like this today. I'm in the parking lot, though, behind the church, but this is where the cloud cover is, in case you are out walking about or care to look up to see it. Today's gospel reading connects well with the book of Jonah, the first reading. Jesus in the gospel basically reiterates again what Jonah was doing, and the idea of giving a sign to the people of Nineveh of what God expected of them, and Jesus fighting in his own day with people who do not want him to accept him as a sign of God's grace and of God's favor, and the fact that God is doing something new in this world. Basically tells them, if you're looking for signs, remember what it is that happened with Jonah. And again, the sign that is Jonah is not necessarily the whale and him being swallowed by it, nor is it basically Jonah's prophecy and his proclamation throughout the city of Nineveh that it would be destroyed because of its sins. But what the sign of Jonah is the experience of God's mercy, which is abundant, which is extravagant, which is incredible. Because as soon as the people hear Jonah's preaching, they change their ways. They begin to do less of what it was that was angering and offending God, and God relents in the punishment God was going to give to Nineveh. Jesus then says to the people he is with, you have it greater than Jonah here. And what does that mean especially? Well, again, is that God's grace and God's mercy and God's love and God's forgiveness is perhaps greater than we can imagine, even though sometimes it seems that Holy Mother Church is a tad bit reluctant to show us this, or has been a tad bit reluctant in the past, to show us this. And so that sometimes it is a God of limited mercy, that it is a God of great, abundant, and extravagant mercy. But Jesus' whole life, his whole ministry, everything that he did was about showing us, all these things and facets of God that we sometimes find too good to be true, but nonetheless are true, and are perhaps more real than perhaps we can give to ourselves and allow ourselves to accept, even in our own experiences of life, of mercy and of forgiveness and of love. What Lent is supposed to open us always to is that extravagance of God's affection for us. The extravagance of the way in which God basically puts aside everything that might seem to stand in the way to act as a barrier between God and ourselves, and open up new lines of communication, growth, and life, so that we might again become the people that God has created us to be. Lent is always moving into that understanding of who are we as believers in this world. The sign of Jonah that showed to the people of Nineveh the great and wonderful mercy of God was given 100-fold in the life of Jesus Christ, and is asked to be lived 100-fold by us who are his brothers and sisters. May the Lord give you peace.